super excited about the 2025 and 2026 movie lineup, even though there's still some 2024 magic left to enjoy. With a ton of superhero flicks, chilling horror movies, Netflix originals, sci-fi adventures, and more on the horizon, it looks like Hollywood is gearing up for even bigger years. Den of Thieves, Panta, January 10th, 2025. Den of Thieves 2 Panta is an upcoming American action crime drama directed and written by Christian Gudegast, serving as a direct sequel to the 2018 film Den of Thieves. Gerard Butler and O'Shea Jackson Jr. return as Nicholas Big Nick O'Brien and Donnie Wilson, continuing their roles from the first film. The story picks up immediately after the events of the original, with Big Nick on a mission to track down Donnie, who has fled to Europe and is planning another high-stakes heist. Alongside our two lead stars, the cast includes Michael Bisping as Connor, Salvatore Esposito as Slavko, Orly Shuka as Dushko, Evan Ahmad as Giovanna, Christian Solomino, Nazmiye Oral as Chava, Yazan Zaid Satur, Giuseppe Shilaki as Musa, Dino Kelly as Volko, Rico Verhoeven, Velibor Topic as Mirinko, Antonio Bustorf as Tammy, and Cyril Gain. Paddington in Peru, January 17, 2025. Paddington in Peru is a live-action animated adventure comedy directed by Dougal Wilson and written by Mark Burton, John Foster, and James Lamoute, with the story crafted by Paul King, Simon Farnaby, and Burton. It's the third movie in the Paddington series, following Paddington and Paddington 2, and is based on the beloved stories by Michael Bond. Plot-wise, Paddington and the Browns head to Peru to visit Aunt Lucy, but end up on a search for her in the Amazon rainforest and the Peruvian mountains. Ben Whishaw returns as the voice of Paddington, alongside a cast including Hugh Bonneville, Emily Mortimer, Julie Walters, Jim Broadbent, Madeline Harris, Samuel Joslin, Olivia Colman, Antonio Banderas, and Carla Toos. Development for the film began in February 2021, with the title Paddington in Peru revealed in June 2022. It's Wilson's feature film debut, and filming kicked off in July 2023, wrapping up in October, with locations spanning the UK, Colombia, and Peru. Also, the movie is set to hit theaters in the UK on November 8, 2024. Captain America Brave New World, February 14, 2025. Anthony Mackie reprises his role as Captain America, with Malcolm Spellman, the showrunner of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, co-writing the script, and Julius Ona, known for The Cloverfield Paradox, directing. In the Disney Plus series The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, we saw Sam Wilson step up to wield Captain America's shield. Now, he's flying into the big screen with Captain America Brave New World. The film is shaping up to be a paranoid thriller, featuring Sam in the midst of an international crisis. He must uncover a sinister global plot before the real mastermind causes worldwide chaos. This likely hints at the Red Hulk, the angry alter ego of Thaddeus Ross, played by Harrison Ford, taking over from the late William Hurt. As the newly elected U.S. president in the film, Ross's transformation into Red Hulk could cause major issues for the government. The plot will also include a sleeper agent conspiracy and the remains of the celestial Tiamat, which introduced adamantium into the MCU. Villains will include Tim Blake Nelson returning as the smart leader from The Incredible Hulk, and Giancarlo Esposito as the villainous Sidewinder, head of the Serpent Society. Additionally, Liv Tyler will come back as Betty Ross. Danny Ramirez takes on the new Falcon role. Carl Lumbly returns as Isaiah Bradley from The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Shira Haas plays Ruth Bat Seraph, aka Sabra, a former Black Widow. The Electric State, March 2025. Before the Russo brothers dive back into Marvel with Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, they're flexing their blockbuster muscles with The Electric State. This Netflix film, inspired by Simon Stålenhag's graphic novel, is penned by Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, the duo behind Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. Set in an alternate 1990s, where a civil war between humans and machines has ravaged America, the story follows a teenage girl and her robot companion on a quest to find her missing brother. Millie Bobby Brown will lead as the girl, with Chris Pratt starring as a smuggler aiding her journey. Giancarlo Esposito plays the villainous drone pilot Marshall, while Ke Huy Quan, Anthony Mackie, Billy Bob Thornton, Stanley Tucci, Jenny Slate, Brian Cox, and Jason Alexander round out the cast. Expected to hit Netflix in March 2025, the film reportedly has a hefty budget of around $300 million, according to World of Real. For perspective, Infinity War also had a $300 million budget and was one of the most highly anticipated films ever. Will the electric slate draw enough viewers to justify its price tag? Jurassic World Rebirth, July 2, 2025. Jurassic World Rebirth promises to breathe new life into the franchise with a soft reboot. Following the events of Jurassic World Dominion, the film will explore a world where dinosaurs have settled in equatorial climates. A team of experts, led by Scarlett Johansson, sets out to collect DNA from the largest dinosaurs, but their mission takes a turn for the worse when they become stranded on an island with a frightened family. The cast includes Mahershala Ali, Jonathan Bailey, Manuel Garcia Rulfo, Rupert Friend, Luna Blaze, and David Iacono. David Koepp, who wrote the original Jurassic Park, is crafting the script, and Gareth Edwards, known for Rogue One and Godzilla, is directing. Fans can look forward to a thrilling new chapter in the dinosaur saga. The Fantastic Four, July 25, 2025. The Fantastic Four is one of the most famous superhero teams ever, and seemingly cursed to star in subpar movies. But now that they're in the MCU fold, we're hoping for a film that exceeds all expectations. We don't know much about the plot for the upcoming movie, other than it takes place in alternate universe's 1960s New York, but we do know who's portraying Marvel's first family. After years of online speculation, Marvel Studios revealed the cast on Valentine's Day 2024. Pedro Pascal of The Mandalorian will portray Reed Richards. Vanessa Kirby of the Mission Impossible franchise will play Sue Storm. Joseph Quinn of Stranger Things will star as Johnny Storm, and Ebon Moss-Bachrach will play Ben Grimm. Julia Garner of Ozark will appear as the Silver Surfer. Ralph Ineson of The First Omen will play Galactus, and Natasha Lyonne, John Malkovich, and Paul Walter Hauser will portray unknown characters. As for who's running the show, WandaVision director Matt Shakman has taken the helm, replacing Spider-Man Homecoming director John Watts. After initially being scheduled for a May 2025 release date, the Fantastic Four First Steps has been shuffled back a little further in the year. Downton Abbey 3, September 12, 2025. We last saw the Crawleys and their beloved staff in Downton Abbey: A New Era in 2022. Now, we're heading back to their grand estate with the third installment of the Downton Abbey film series. The last film ended with Violet Crawley, played by Maggie Smith, passing away, a change in the butler position, and the close of the 1920s. While we don't have details on the plot for this new film, there are plenty of storylines from the previous movie to explore. Many of the familiar faces are returning, including Hugh Bonneville, Elizabeth McGovern, Michelle Dockery, Laura Carmichael, Jim Carter, Phyllis Logan, Robert James Collier, Joanne Froggatt, Alan Leach, and Brendan Coyle. Dominic West will return as silent movie star Guy Dexter, and Paul Giamatti will reprise his role as Cora's brother, Harold Levinson. New additions to the cast include Joely Richardson, Alessandro Nivola, and Simon Russell Beale. Julian Fellows, the creator of Downton Abbey, will write the script, and Simon Curtis, who directed A New Era, is back to direct the third film. However, there might be some bittersweet news for fans. Imelda Staunton, who played Lady Maud Bagshaw in the previous movies, hinted that this could be the end of the franchise, calling the third film the final film in a BBC Radio 2 interview. Bulgonia, November 7, 2025. Yorgos Lanthimos is certainly keeping a rapid pace with his filmmaking. Following Poor Things and Kinds of Kindness, he's set to release Bugonia on November 7, 2025. This film is a remake of the South Korean movie Save the Green Planet and revolves around two conspiracy theorists who believe a powerful CEO is an alien planning to destroy humanity. They decide to kidnap her to prevent this impending doom. Emma Stone, who has collaborated with Lanthimos in The Favorite and won an Oscar for Poor Things, is expected to play the CEO. Jesse Plemons, who starred alongside Stone in Kinds of Kindness and won the Cannes Film Festival Award for Best Actor in that film, will also feature prominently. Lanthimos has indicated that the rest of the cast will primarily consist of lesser-known actors, with a focus on professional but relatively unknown talent. It looks like Lanthimos is maintaining his unique and compelling approach to storytelling, and with Stone and Plemons on board, Bugonia is poised to be another intriguing addition to his filmography. Final Destination Bloodlines TBD. The Final Destination franchise is revving up for its sixth installment, titled Final Destination Bloodlines, set to hit theaters in 2025. This new chapter will bring back the franchise's signature blend of creative and gruesome deaths, following the tradition of its predecessors where escaping death's designs is nearly impossible. The film stars a mix of young actors, including Breck Basinger, Tio Briones, Richard Harmon, Anna Lohr, Owen Patrick Joyner, Max Lloyd-Jones, and Caitlin Santajuana. Additionally, Tony Todd will reprise his role as William Bloodworth, the enigmatic mortuary worker. His return promises more insights into his character's backstory, with rumors suggesting the film will explore his past and possibly involve first responders. Directed by Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein, known for Freaks, Final Destination Bloodlines will be presented in IMAX, offering fans an even more intense experience of death's elaborate schemes. The Smashing Machine, TBD. Dwayne Johnson is set to take on a new challenge with The Smashing Machine, a film directed by Benny Safdie, known for his intense films like Uncut Gems and Good Time. The movie will explore the tumultuous life of Mark Kerr, a prominent MMA fighter who achieved fame in organizations like Pride FC and the UFC, but struggled with painkiller addiction. Johnson will play Kerr, diving into a role that's a significant departure from his usual blockbuster fare. Emily Blunt will co-star as Kerr's wife, Dawn Staples, marking a reunion with Johnson after Jungle Cruise. The cast also includes real-life combat sports figures like Alexander Usyk, Ryan Bader, and Bas Rutten. With its release slated for 2025, The Smashing Machine promises a gritty, dramatic look at Kerr's career and personal battles, offering Johnson an opportunity to showcase a darker, more complex side of his acting range. Weapons, January 16, 2026. Weapons is an epic horror film written, directed, and co-produced by Zach Cregger. The plot of Weapons weaves together multiple storylines centered around a small Florida community plagued by the mysterious disappearance of schoolchildren, police corruption, generational trauma, witchcraft, blood rituals, and religious abuse. The project garnered significant attention in January 2023, leading to a bidding war among Universal Pictures, Netflix, TriStar Pictures, and New Line Cinema. New Line Cinema secured the rights, offering Cregger an 8-figure deal to write and direct the film, with final cut privilege and a guaranteed theatrical release. Initially, Pedro Pascal was set to star, but he left the project in February 2024 due to his commitments to the Fantastic Four: First Steps. Josh Brolin then joined the cast, along with Julia Garner and Alden Ehrenreich, in April 2024. By May 2024, Benedict Wong, Amy Madigan, Austin Abrams, Kerry Christopher, and June Diane Raphael were confirmed to join the ensemble. Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat animated film, March 6, 2026. There's a new version of The Cat in the Hat coming out in 2026, and it's going to be a 3D computer animated musical. Warner Bros. Pictures Animation and Dr. Seuss Enterprises are teaming up for this one. It's based on the classic Dr. Seuss book from 1957 and will be the third time the story hits the screen after the 1971 TV special and the 2003 live-action movie. Eric Rivenoja and Alessandro Carloni are directing and writing it. The movie is set to hit theaters on March 6, 2026. Bill Hader is voicing the Cat in the Hat, and he's also on board as an executive producer. You might remember Hader from his 2014 SNL sketch where he played the cat. The cast also includes Quinta Brunson, Bowen Yang, Yohitel Gomez, Matt Berry, and Paula Pell. John Goodman is joining the crew too. As for the production history, it's been a bit of a ride. Universal Pictures and Illumination Entertainment had plans for a CGI version back in 2012, but that didn't pan out. Then, in 2018, Warner Animation Group picked up the project. The directors and writers changed a couple of times before Rivenoja and Carloni were finalized. Animation will be handled by DNEG Animation. Fast and Furious 11 TBD. Fast X ended on a cliffhanger with a plane crash involving Roman, Tej, Han, and Ramsey. While we don't know their fate yet, we can expect them to survive, as usual. There's speculation that the film might go back to its street racing roots, but with Fast and Furious, anything can happen. Filming has started, and Vin Diesel hinted that the driving sequences will be intense. Iconic cars are likely to return. Vin Diesel posted a video featuring the orange Toyota Supra from the first film and Dom's Charger. He's also shown off a modern Dodge Challenger and Plymouth Barracuda on set, suggesting they'll be featured in the movie. Expect some surprising comebacks. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will return as Luke Hobbs. John Cena is keen to return despite his character's fiery end in Fast X. He's hopeful his character might make it back for the next film, given the franchise's knack for resurrections. Originally planned as the finale, Fast and Furious 11 might now be part of a trilogy. Vin Diesel hinted in June 2023 that the studio might extend the story further. Regardless, the franchise is gearing up for a grand ending. Even if this is the last main installment, spin-offs like Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Reyes and a female-led film are already in the works. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.